What's good, everybody? It's KB the Demon here, and I'm back with another video. I want to say thank you for 36 subscribers, bro. That's like, in the amount of time it took for y'all to get there, insane. There's been so much support in the videos, so thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. But let's shoot for 50. Let's shoot for 50 within, like, I don't know, the next couple of weeks. But anyways, you got a very, very special video by a very, very special person. The schizo drug addict himself, Zaffy. I don't even know if I can. Yeah, I can say drugs on YouTube.
Or the Antichrist didn't look like this. What if it didn't look like this?
Yo.
The true form of the Antichrist didn't look like this.
If y'all know, it's this really old ass game. It's like this really old ass game where this child is basically like the devil's son, and you go around just murdering like this entire family. They made like 3 games. I don't know what it's Lucius, I think it's called. Lucius. That was a really messed up game, bro. That was weird as fuck.
What if it didn't look like this? What if it didn't look like the esoteric graphic we might think it could be? What if it was something slightly more grotesque? What if the Antichrist isn't the result of demonic forces imposing themselves on humanity? It isn't a demon impregnating a woman.
Also, if you hear music, someone's like literally right outside playing music like super fucking loud. It's like I don't hate it. Kind of annoying when I'm trying to record, though. I hope you get.
What if it is a result of human beings violating natural law with science? I believe this is what we see in the VHS movies, specifically one. You see, the VHS is a collection of some of the most terrifying stories in an anthology.
The VHS movies scared the shit out of me. All of them were very good. Like, not all of them were good. They still scared the fuck out of me. The one with the cult, where the reporters were like doing a whole story on a cult, that one, horrifying. That
Series I've ever seen. Anything from succubus vampires to ghost aliens that incubate within teenagers to Baphomet himself.
Yup, this fucking movie right here. Fuck that.
Making a cameo. And apparently they're all connected via some kind of demonic eldritch entity that hasn't been explored as much. I might make a whole video on that. But for the sake of this video, I want to explore a specific segment within the VHS franchise. VHS 94, story that takes place in a storm drain. Okay, I've always wondered, VHS...
Was this the one that a lot of people said was bad and a lot of people said was good? It's kind of like a mixed bag for people who like and don't like this one.
94, story that takes place in a storm drain. Okay, I've always wondered what the creature that we saw in this was. Ever since I saw this, my mind became
interviewing your state's local crackhead, your block's local crackhead, bruh.
Unhinged with a curiosity about its true origin. What is this creature? Is it an alien? Is it a hybrid? Is it a human that went rogue? Is it a mutant? Is it a god?
Ew, bro. Niggas got the resets, bro. Yeah, damn. Also, this shit is just so fucking ugly.
God, is it a devil? What the hell is this thing? See, the story starts off with a news reporter who takes her crew down to the storm drain to investigate the myth of the Rathman. Oh! This local urban legend about a creature that hangs out in storm drains and is like half rat, half human. So she goes to investigate. Not the greatest idea, my lady. She finds this dude, some homeless dude with a bunch of black fluid on him. And once she says the word Ratman, when she asks him, who's Ratman? Do you know who Ratman is? Are you Ratman? He starts to go berserk and starts to say, Hail Rathma, Hail Rathma. Well, black fluid starts to drip from his mouth. She runs away. Their crew tries to run and get the hell out of there, but they are met by a cult. A cult of people, seemingly possessed almost. And they take them deeper into the storm drain, where they are met by a minister. This dude who starts professing visions of the future and tells them, "You are about to bear witness to a new order." He then summons the being that they were.
Fuck a new order of rats. That's crazy. Y'all God is a motherfucking rat, bro. Y'all praying to a goddamn rat. Are we dead? Y'all can't pick any better animal. Niggas really had to see a rat and say, "Oh yeah, that's my new religion." Like real scaven shit. Holy,
worship
really are just like
from
human
the
scaven.
innermost depths of the storm drain, and the resulting creature we see is none other than this thing. What the fuck? If I was in a storm drain, I would rather be confronted by
Yo God is ugly as shit. That nigga is ugly as shit, bro. Jet the Killer looking ass.
Calvin than this dude. Okay, this dude is grotesque. This creature seems animalistic in nature. It fears the dark. It doesn't like the dark. So all the cultists turn the lights off to appease it. It crawls like a rat-human hybrid would. But there's something a bit more sinister at play here. See, they make the news reporter bow in front of it to see if she will pass its judgment. And if it deems her worthy, it'll let her live. They take black fluid, that same black fluid that we saw, and spray it onto one of her workers. His flesh burns completely. He dies. They make her bow down before the great Rathma, who starts spitting black bile everywhere from his mouth while he lets out a demonic roar. This is one of the most disgusting, depraved creatures I've ever seen in my life. Now, this black fluid.
This nigga, you know what? This nigga really like kinda does look like the motherfucking offspring, whatever the fucking hybrid from like Alien Rock shit. I heard that movie was really good, but that looks dead ass like a motherfucking xenomorph hybrid, and it's got corrosive blood. They like, oh no.
It has two functions that we see on screen. It either burns you alive if you're not deemed worthy, or it alters your neurochemistry to the point where you're going to have bouts of insanity. You're going to be vomiting that same black fluid from your stomach onto others and start burning them, and you're going to have this blinding cult-like devotion towards this creature, Rathma. And that's what we see with the news reporter. She escapes from the storm drain incident, and we don't know what happens to her. Then we see her as an anchor on the news. She vomits out this black fluid onto her co-anchor, and he dies essentially from burnage. His face just burns completely to a crisp, and she starts saying, "Hail Rathma, Hail Rathma." Is something interesting here?
I hope you know. As soon as any military sees that, bro, they're killing you, and they're probably bombing that city. They are going to be using flamethrowers to get rid of your god. I hope you know that. After you just expose yourself like that, they're not gonna let you live. They are, especially in their country,
The
their
neurochemistry has been
motherfucking
altered to the
country.
point where if you hear the word Ratman or something like that, you get triggered, and you start vomiting that black fluid. It's like a response. It's almost like it's weaponized. What the hell is Hail Rathma? Is this being a god? Why do they worship it? Why do they chant like that? Are we dealing with a Lovecraftian origin? What is this creature truly? So you see, there were
If it is Lovecraft after nature, it might be a little bit
two
harder to kill.
main influences for the creature. First was the Catman from, I believe this is in Europe, where this homeless dude started taking rats and putting them into his mouth and started acting like a cat. Some depraved, psychotic homeless dude. And then there's also the Rat King, this German folklore where all these rats bind their tails together in servitude to one big.
On folklore, them shits are like real deal, like actually here. I've seen, I haven't seen them in person, but people who have seen them, it's absolutely fucking disgusting. Like, and you could just
Big
see it
Rat
through.
King. They
It's
make a throne
absolutely
for him. A
disgusting.
lot
It
of people, when
sucks.
it comes to this folklore, think the Rat Man, the Rat King, could be a very, very real thing that spreads plague to us. So in many ways, Rathma, the creature, could be this manifested into this entity for VHS, where human beings are its rats, and its plague is spread through that black bile it spews out. Or this thing is like a human xenomorph hybrid that went wrong. It's got acidic black fluid
Oh
that it
yeah,
sprays on
definitely
people.
a
It has a
fucking
xenomorph shaped head.
somewhat a
It crawls around like a
xenomorph.
xenomorph.
Oh yeah, you know what? You know what's also crazy? A crazy connection between this and a xenomorph. Isn't I haven't seen Alien But I know there's some like black ass, there's some like black substance that be altering people like like chemically. I know that. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's in the movie. That's a connection too. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the another
But,
infestation.
I don't
It's a lot
think
of gross shit.
Rathma could be explained by the supernatural or the alien. I think this is a very earthly
Really?
creature. I think it can be explained by the movie Splice. Hear
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
me out, y'all.
Oh,
I know
Splice?
these are not in the same movie universe, but hear me out.
Alright.
This
I'll
makes
hear
a
you out,
lot of
Zach.
sense when you think about it. Two low IQ scientists who are very smart, Adrian Brody and his wife, or girlfriend, whatever the fuck. They like to genetically create organisms, creatures, hybrids, for the sake of collecting various compounds and chemicals and proteins from them for pharmaceutical use. For some reason, these two scientists love creatures like this to the point where they call them cute. If I see a being like this, I'm nuking the
killing
place
you.
from orbit. This proves that some of these scientists.
Flame, nah. The nuke is too good. Reserve the nuke for niggas like Jason and Michael, bruh. Use a flamethrower on that motherfucker. I don't care what it is. Burn it. Burn it. Fire is the great equalizer. I will always say this. Fire is the greatest equalizer in this motherfucking universe, bruh. Use fire on that motherfucker.
Just need to be friggin'. They need to be. We need to rethink who
I
we're
don't know what it
hiring for
is. I
these
don't
things. Okay.
care. Use
They
fire on that
illegally
motherfucker
create
too.
a hybrid out of amphibians, reptiles, rats, and human beings, and whatever the fuck. They create this creature. If I see this thing, I'm nuking the place from orbit. This creature starts to grow up. They start to raise it like a child, raise it like a daughter because it's female, for now, until it starts budding to a mature lady. Now, here's the thing. This creature starts to want more than just be an animal in a zoo cage. This creature named Dren, they name it Dren. It wants to fuck.
Oh,
That's also what it wants to do. It wants to lay waste to men's genitalia. So it starts to seduce Adrian Brody, and Adrian Brody actually fucks it.
That doesn't compute. Wait, you're under arrest.
He actually
What
does in
the
one of the craziest scenes. Now, some of you might.
Yo, I swear, people be like getting wives and then just be doing the most dumbass shit ever, bro. I don't know why it happens. I don't know what be going on, but it seems like when some people get wives, bro, they just go off the fucking deep end. They just go crazy, stupid, make choices like this where they someone else all over, all downhill from there.
You might say, Zaffy, do you judge Adrian Brody
Shouldn't
for this? Would
happen,
you do the
but it
same
does.
thing? Would you
What? No,
smash? Here's the thing,
no.
guys. Pre-gender change, of course. Dren, listen, pretty looking creature. Not my cup of tea. I don't like messing around with hybrids who are mutant creatures, all right? If I was stuck in a forest, and if I was stuck on an island, put it this way, if I was stuck on an island and I was going through major withdrawals just because I don't have cocaine on me, I don't have food, I'm starving, I'm kind of thirsty.
YouTube, we do not provoke the use of drugs, especially that cocaine. You go crazy off that. You can see that right here.
And this being starts to look a bit nice, look a bit pretty, start to seduce. Maybe I'm not in my right senses, and maybe
Gang, please,
I have a vision
please.
where she looks like Kate Beckinsale, you know? I don't know. There's a chance something could go down. I'm not saying I'd do it. I probably wouldn't. But there's a chance anything could happen in reality, all right? That's all I'm going to say.
You see, at least he says he wouldn't go through with that willingly. He'd have to be in a crazed, dazed state to do it. Cause I know how a lot of y'all people out there be, bruh. I've seen them hear me yells. Some of y'all would have no. Nah, it wouldn't even take much for some of y'all to smash this. He's better than some of y'all, bruh. He's better than some of y'all out there. You know who you are.
Now, this creature goes
You know
berserk,
who you are
and
too.
they decide they got to kill it. Because this thing started eating animals, there's a chance it could kill people. So, and it's getting very, very aggressive as the days go on. So, they decide to kill it. When they do kill it, its body almost adapts to the situation, and it undergoes a gender change, where it becomes stronger and more aggressive. It starts flying, killing everybody. And this is the most terrifying part. It grabs a hold of its mother, essentially, one of the scientists, turns its own tail into a penis, and starts R-wording her in the forest. It molests her. And they kill it, they manage to kill it, but it impregnates her. It plants its seed into her. It impregnates her with some kind of abomination, and the corporation that they're working for, they love this because now they have the perfect specimen in their grasp of this. So they say, we're going to help you with the pregnancy. We're going to give you all the treatment you need.
Dumbass corporations doing shit they shouldn't be doing. Dumbass corporations doing shit they shouldn't be doing. Y'all know, but I'm gonna get doesn't even know what the fuck happened. Do they? Do they tell him at the end of the movie? I never seen the movie, so I don't know.
You know they're going to want a piece of that action. You know they're going to want that child so they can experiment and do all this stuff.
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that abomination, that child is Rathma. Don't leave! I understand that these are two different universes. Now, granted, in the VHS universe, parallel universes and time travel is a thing. This exists. So it's not out of...
That is true. I do remember that VHS where they opened that alternate dimension. It turned out to be some where instead of God being like the main worshipped entity, it was motherfucking Satan. Yo, these niggas were just weird. Didn't these guys have like snakes where their lower leg should be? It was that, yo.
Out of the realm of possibility that this child abomination found its way into the VHS world because the demonic entity that oversees the entire VHS universe wanted it there. But even more so, here's the thing. Let's take a look at the abilities here, right? This corporation experiments on this being, presumably after birth and during birth. In their treatment of it,
That now would make sense because they do probably have a lot of experience in like altering and experimenting on like genetics and shit. We saw what they did. We saw those weird ass creatures. So yeah, that makes
help her conceive this child, they probably exposed it to a lot of things. They probably, over time, morphed it into this fucking creature. Some kind of hybrid. Dren was an incubator for this being. Think about it. She didn't get impregnated by Adrian Brody when he fucked her. She changed genders and adapted, and then planted her seed within the woman. She was an incubator. That black fluid, that black liquid, I believe Dren had an early version of that fluid inside of her before they had refined it. See, there's a reason these two lose all their IQ and are so drawn to this creature from the moment of its conception even. I believe this creature draws on their hormones, their pheromones, all that stuff. There's a reason why she wants to be the mother to this being so badly. She has motherly feelings towards it now. And Adrian Brody wants to fuck it. I believe that something about this creature is able to draw on these things from like neuropsychology wise. It's able to draw on their chemicals and draw them to her. Now, you could say, Zafy,
like pheromones. I know a lot of animals can do that. Not humans though, but I'm trying. It is a hybrid of a lot of shit. So maybe.
these are just dumb characters who made terrible decisions. Them doing that stuff with her is a result of their own character flaws. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. I got no answer to that. All I can do is propose an alternate theory here.
Okay.
They were creating these hybrids for the sole purpose of creating specific compounds, using specific proteins from them for pharmaceutical drugs. This company really wanted the specific proteins that would result in these hybrids, okay? A compound that manipulates hormones, pheromones, and brain chemistry. That's what Dren's able to do. And that's what the company wants. Maybe they want to do like a global level psyop with their drugs, I don't know. But that's the fundamental chemical that comes from her. And she birthed, and when she gave birth to this abomination, this fetus has all those chemicals in spades. And if the company starts to do more experimentation on that creature, it's going to become something else. So this explains why these two are so drawn to this creature. Even Adrian Brody hates it in the beginning.
Yeah. You should have burned this thing with fire. Both of you are lame in making this thing. You specifically Fuck.
But then he starts to wanna fuck it.
Not.
The end result is a being that can weaponize this same compound. Instead of being a random protein, it's turned into this black bile that's used to draw people to it in a cult-like manner. This fluid has been changed and weaponized to the point where it's the most dangerous thing imaginable, making this creature, Rathma,
Man, I'm shooting this thing 1,000 times. That's just not living. It's not living with me, bro. I'm not living this. I'm putting at least uh 200 shots right into the fucking skull, and then I'm putting all the rest into the body, bro.
the child of Drin,
Ratma
but
who,
even more
nigga?
powerful, more
Ratma
dangerous,
who?
and with a more potent chemical that controls and influences human beings. That is what Rathma is.
Now,
The
if I
end
get that black
result
substance on
of
me,
us meddling with
I
natural law
might
and
be
trying to
cooked.
fucking be gods. And instead we
Just
create the
keep your distance,
Antichrist.
though.
Rathma. That's what we get, y'all. If you want to know what the most disturbing alien of all time is,
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? This is a good thumbnail. I'm gonna be if you don't mind, if you don't mind. Oh shit. That was a very bad screenshot. If you don't mind. You know. Thank you, Zaffy.
the Zygote alien, watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing.
Okay.
If you want to suggest video topics to me,
Nigga. YouTube. Okay. Listen, YouTube.
ladies and
This
gentlemen,
that was not what you think it was. It was it was the powder from Sweet Straws. I don't know if you've ever heard. It's candy. It is not what you think it is. Do not worry. Anyways, that's it for me. Good video by Zaffy, bro. Go check him out. Go subscribe. Get him to 100K. He makes really good videos. Get this man to 100K, bro. But anyways, peace.